everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to do my monthly writing update. I haven't really written a lot for my sci-fi novel. Something came up, so I've been busy with that. I think the last time I wrote was for the writing session that I did, writing session video that I did, but it's going well. It's just that I haven't been writing a lot. I think I'm still on chapter 9. It's I think it's like I'm not stuck. I know how it's gonna go. I just haven't had the time to write anything. I will be doing a writing session hopefully sometime this week. It is currently September 21st. I might be doing a writing session maybe on Wednesday. Hopefully, I don't have anything to do that day and that I get home a little bit earlier just so I can start writing. I've been working 6 days a week. I am going to stop doing that, but I'll be working maybe like 13 or 14 hours a day just to compensate for the miss or the missing day so that I can have, the weekend to write and to do the other thing that I'm doing. I don't have much for an update. I'll probably just do a writing session today as well, just so I have a little bit of a longer video. I will be picking up on the, what is this? Like the heist, not heist, small heist scene from chapter 9. I might go back, actually, I might reread it and add a few more description and like lingering beats. I feel like it's going a little bit fast again, and it doesn't have the suspense from being probably watched by, the, what do they call it? Forgot what I called it. It's the I'm blanking out. It's the what did I call them? Not the government. By the, I forgot. I really have a bad memory. But yeah, I will be following on that scene. I'll do a short writing session today, maybe 2 hours, 3 hours. I'll video the updates as well. Where am I? Haven't finished chapter 9 yet, but I am adding a bit more tension. For this scene, there's actually nothing that really happens, but I want to, build the feeling that something might. I don't know if I want to not introduce, but kind of bring back one of the characters that I introduced earlier, just so she's not like a one-off character that just shows up when it's convenient, but I kind of want to make her more part of the story. I am, I think, almost 20,000 words. I know I stopped around like 19,000 something. Uh, a few, like on my previous video, but I think I need to go back on my beat sheet again. I haven't updated yet. I did update a part of, like, some parts of it, but I haven't fleshed out the ending yet. I fixed it a little bit so I know how to pace my chapters a bit more. I will keep writing for a few more hours. It's only been like 30 minutes, I think, so I'll keep writing. So the whole video that I made that was like 20 minutes long got deleted. So I'm just gonna keep this short because I think I'm running out of space. But yeah, I was talking about how I don't really know how to write a long form stories. I'm When I was in high school, I never read short stories or made screenplays. So I only knew novels and book series. But because of that, I was like, when I was writing my first novel about so I don't remember if it's the first one. My first novel about this boy who is best friends with a werewolf, but he only found out that his best friend was a werewolf when his best friend's father disappeared and they wanted to try to find him and ended up stumbling across an underground fight ring, which was for like different kinds of beings, monsters, whatever, like all kinds of monsters fighting. I don't remember what for, but that's the gist of my first novel. But yeah, I when I was writing that, I was focused on describing this bar. Like I was so focused on describing the setting, the characters, and I kind of want to go back to how I was writing before because now that I'm more like practice writing screenplay and short stories, I am so conscious of my word count and word choices that I just kind of stop describing things as well as I did before. Especially now that I know or that I got used to writing screenplay, you know, you write one sentence describing like an object, like a red dress, and then you don't really go into detail because the set designer, the costume designer, they can kind of interpret what this object would look like. But yeah, I wasn't able to write much for today, and I don't have much of an update because I'm just so focused on my project, which I think I will be sharing in a few weeks. I just want it to be finalized and, you know, presentable before I say anything here. It's not about being published. I don't have any works to publish. But yeah, I forgot what I was talking about in my first video. It was like 20 minutes long and I should have stopped the recording, but I didn't. And because I'm using OBS and it just stopped for me. And for some reason it didn't save the file. It just made it like a corrupted file. So now I can't use that video. Anyway, I was also talking about how my sci-fi story is not like it's soft, like it's like really soft sci-fi. Like I know the story itself like has to happen in a sci-fi setting, but I don't think that the setting itself is important. It's not that it's unimportant, it's just not a big part of the story. I think maybe it could happen in present times but has a bit of sci-fi, what do you call it, sci-fi elements to it. Maybe, you know, like what was it, the Deus Ex Machina? No, it's just called Ex Machina. I don't remember. The one with Alicia Vikander. It's kind of like, it's not really in a futuristic setting, but they have futuristic technology. What else was I talking about? You know, like this like original sci-fi authors, like classic authors like Mary Shelley, Huxley, whatever. They when they're making sci-fi stories, they talk about or they deal with issues that are like currently happening or are huge topics in the society. But for me, my that's kind of how sci-fi is. It talks about, you know, present day issues or potential issues in the future. But I feel like my story is not doing that, but I think that's okay because I've decided that my novel is now a cozy sci-fi. I mean, it's not really cozy. Some things happen and it gets dark. But it's not I don't want to say political, but it's not strong on that side of sci-fi. It's very very soft sci-fi. Not in a way that it doesn't have technology, but in a way that it's not doing a lot of commenting about the society. I mean, it does. Once you read it, you see it, but it's like it's not leaning heavily on those elements. It's more like personal journey of these characters. And then the next chapter, it's gonna be about Nikos, because I'm on chapter 9. It's on Rose's perspective. Next one is Nikos. um I think I want to go back on the, like, away from the plot, not really away, but like just like a pause, because I think that it's going a bit fast again, but I think it's fine. But I kind of just want to go back to how, like, comparing it's gonna, because the next part is gonna be where, like, they step into the other world, like in the hero's journey. I think it's like stepping across whatever, like going into this other world away from what they're used to. But before that, I want to kind of have like a big contrast between what Nikos has and what he is going into, and sacrificing this life that he previously had. So I want to have like a visual contrast between what he has now and what he is stepping into. What else was I talking about? I had like 20 minutes of video, but now I forgot. Oh yeah, I was talking about how my sister has like a very analytical mind, and I wish I had that too, especially when reading, like Hero's Journey, Save the Cat. I've heard of them, but I'm not really familiar with them in a way that I can't really pinpoint, oh, this is that part in the hero's journey, and then, like, find that in a book. Whenever I read something, I just read it for fun. I don't Sometimes I do have opinions about it, but I don't write them down or anything, so I forget. But my sister, when she reads, she can like write paragraphs long of review, because she's just like analyzing everything. And I wish I had that, because then it will help me analyze my own work and also help me distinguish the parts in, Save the Cat or the hero's journey, so that I can write it. I mean, I don't want to copy paste these patterns into my story just to make us, like, a story that people can understand. But it does make sense to kind of have those patterns, because all, like, it's been studied that a lot of these stories that we've had has that kind of pattern. So it's like it makes sense to follow it. But like, I don't know, I wish I started writing before I learned all of these, because then I can just write whatever. Just like I did when I was in high school. I wish I finished that novel though that I started. But yeah, I am really not stuck, but I'm having a really hard time finding time to write. I am planning on writing this Wednesday though. Hopefully I have time.